It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Ryan Tannehill. He got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Commanders and the Bears under the lights on Thursday night.
One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they'll be led out by the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year in 2019, and that's Ryan Tannehill.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Tannehill to the air right off the bat. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To throw on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. He's got a man, complete. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Brought down on the play by Amani Hooker. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Tannehill. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and it's 3-0 Washington. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Holding, receiving team. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
A run here for J.D. McKissick. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now it's Tannehill. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And very little there. He might have got a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. This one caught by Crowder. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Here's Tannehill. The quick slant caught. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
McCaffrey diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front, giving him at least a stalemate in order to find that space?
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't it? Evan McPherson for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. The last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's McKissick. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Now Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Tannehill, he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Throw left side to Reynolds. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Tannehill. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Tannehill now to throw. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. He might be being set up here for a busy ball game. Already 2 kicks here in the first quarter, and he's knocked both through the posts.
And for now, you know they'll be happy getting those 3 points, but what they really want is to find a way for him to kick extra points instead of field goals.
Fielded just outside the goal line. But now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Penny. Nifty move. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, Mariota. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then, because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside, as he did there.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
They really get comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
There's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And incomplete on the deep ball. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mariota. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Folks' kick is good, and they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. They've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tannehill. His throw incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. And now a punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. First down, Mariota. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
No shortage of impressive moments for him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Penny up the middle. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Mariota to throw it. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Here's Presley Harvin now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 27-yard line.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Well, Christian McCaffrey is as tough to bring down as they come at the running back position, and he proved it right there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Tannehill gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Tannehill on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Tannehill. On the catch, it's Crowder. Touchdown! Jamison Crowder. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
McPherson on for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was all capped off on the touchdown reception by Jamison Crowder. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Penny, a first down carry, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A carry now for McKissick. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Throwing, Mariota. It's caught, Tolbert. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A first down throw for Mariota. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Running left, it's Penny. A little juke. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
yard line.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Throwing is Mariota. Open man is Bourne. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mariota now. Pass complete once again to Bourne. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Off the play fake, Mariota. Flush, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Nick Folk for the point after. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Kendrick Bourne who was able to cap things off with a touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On first down, it's Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Here's Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And here's Bradley Pinion now. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From the 29, Mariota got the connection here to Bourne. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Mariota on first down. He's got it complete to Toby. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Plenty to look forward to in that early window. One being a noontime start up in Green Bay. A big one for the Packers as they'll square off against the New York Jets. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Then on Sunday night, a classic in the NFC East. You never know what can happen when these two get together. Cowboys and Eagles at 8:20 Eastern. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Bears, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Fields it right around the goal line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Play action now. Mariota. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Bring that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Well, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone structure here because they start the tight end on the left side of the formation and send him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
On play action, Mariota. He'll get this out wide to Penny. And they're going to get this up to midfield. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Play fake, Mariota. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but third and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mariota. That's into the hands of Tober. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Brings up 3rd down.
They go back to the ground now with Penny. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And now Nick Folk, his career long, 56 yards. This from 54 yards away. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. On 1st down, Tannehill. And this one is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 103 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Tannehill. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mariota. And the coverage terrific there as it's knocked down and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mariota. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is taken at the 23. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Tannehill. Across the middle, he finds Robinson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now it's Tannehill. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Tannehill on 1st down. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
He'll find Reynolds over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down. Tannehill. That's complete to Turner. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Washington on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Finding Bourne here over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Mariota. Pass complete once again to Bourne. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Mariota. A throw to the flat here from McKissick. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Mariota again. Got the connection here to Bourne. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And with that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Second down and goal. Mariota. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Tyler Higbee. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
Ooh, the juke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
136 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, Tannehill. It's complete to Robinson.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be here.
Touchdown, Washington. Kylan Granson
from 3 yards out.
And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Tannehill going to throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Mariota's throw taken in by Pascal.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it.
Completes this to J.D. McKissick out of the backfield.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Open man is born.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 39-yard line. They'll throw again. Mariota. And he will find his man on the outside.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mariota.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. To throw is Mariota. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Mariota now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mariota. And he fires one incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Flushed out right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Chigakakwo with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears get a bit closer.
Folk connects on the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a give, right side, McCaffrey. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. At this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he gets it down to the 32. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Commanders have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Mariota's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
17 yards. That's good for a Chicago.
Mariota on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10. Mariota, a good throw here, finding Pascal.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Play action now. Mariota. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. They'll run for it with Penny. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So for Washington, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.